Come on. There it goes. All right, y'all. Well, howdy, Opus family. Welcome to the new year. I hope that everybody is having a wonderful first couple of days. Getting back to work, getting back to the swing of things, and got to enjoy some time off with their family. So, if you're new here, or if you've been around a minute, welcome. My name is Kayla. I'm the Client Account Coordinator here at Opus Management, and you are joining us for Water Cooler Wednesday. So each Wednesday, we come here around noon Central Time and discuss a couple of preset topics, and then anything that you guys want to bring to the table. So this year we're going to kind of do each of the months, kind of have a theme each month. And with that, January is going to be great, easy. We're going to talk about goal planning and setting. I know that, we've made a lot of resolutions, and those haven't ever really worked well for me, right? Like just, let's make a resolution and I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to, save X amount of money, or I'm going to lose weight. To me, resolutions are too loose. They don't give you the structure that goal setting does. So I know when we're little, there's a lot of follow your dreams, dream big, blah, blah, blah. For me, I try to use the word goal versus dream or resolution, just because there's a little more, it's a little more finite. It's a little bit more of something that creates the structure. So kind of what was in my head, right? When we started talking about goal setting, you give yourself something specific and measurable, obtainable, things that you can time bound and you can measure, right? A lot of times when people talk about results, they talk about emotions, and emotions are for the people. They're not for your goals. So how it makes you feel is very different than the data that it gives you. So the data and the numbers that it give you. One of these things that is probably my favorite to kind of focus in on, if you guys have been here before, is around engagement on your social media. So it's great to have 10,000 followers, but if you're not changing those over into either, depending on what your goal is, right, into either new recruits or new leads or sales or shares, then there's really, it doesn't matter. Pardon me. New Year's starting me off a little funky. But those things don't matter if you can't convert them. If you can't change those over. This is why I would rather have 2,000 followers than 10,000 followers if they're the right 2,000 followers. If they're the right ones that, on social media, if they're the right ones that are engaged. On LinkedIn, if they're the right people that are engaged. If they're the people that are bringing value into your feed and not the drama into your feed, and not just, nothing makes me crazier than those really vague posts that are just like, blah, blah, blah for me. It's why cold messaging isn't my favorite. Just I could go in and I could message 500 small business owners and be like, hey, let's talk about how you handle your onboarding situation. But that doesn't necessarily give me that doesn't give me a return, right? Investing that time into that doesn't give me a return. So we want to, kind of, as we're looking at this month and we're looking at what we want this year to bring, because a lot of us are, getting ready to roll into the new year, or are in the new year, right? Whether that's fiscally or it's strategically, or your marketing plan's running over, then you gotta kind of have a plan And you need to understand what those steps are. So if you don't know what you have to do today to get to the end of the year to get your goal, then that's kind of a problem, right? Like if you want to save $10,000, what does that mean you have to save today? What do you have to put in the bank today, tomorrow, this week, this month to get to that goal for the end of the year? And if you can break it down like that in those small obtainable pieces, then it's much more doable, it's much more realistic. And while there's always tools that can help you with this, which we'll go through in the next couple of months, like I know typically in March I like to talk about Microsoft platforms. We'll talk about we were going to do sales in September, but we'll add those throughout, right? And especially if you guys want to bring those up, you can always post on our social media if you've got questions that you want to talk about here. But breaking your goals down into those obtainable things and having a measurement and knowing how you don't necessarily know the exact path that you're going to take, but you have to understand like where you're headed. And so, I started the year out on January 1st, and, my goal this year is to read, one more book a month. And I've already gotten started, right? Like I have my books broken out. I know which ones I'm going through each month. And so I know that I've got to get these read each month. And, they're up. They've got basically a sticky note. They really don't have a sticky note. They've actually got like these specific little paper bookmarks on them. And those kind of tell me this is the order that we're running through. I've got a running list in a notebook. I'm going to be able to mark those things off, come back at the end of the year and see it. You don't have to write them down in a notebook. You can use your OneNote, right? Like you can use something on your computer. You can have a to-do list that, pops up if you're using that option where it will give you that information. You can see it every day on your computer, but you've got to keep it, there and in the forefront and, looking through those things consistently and checking in each day, seeing where you're at. Are you happy with where you're at? Do you need to make that adjustment, right? Like a lot of us aren't 100% happy with where we're at. We had goals this last year that we didn't get to. Heck, I'm pretty sure that like the last 3 years, that's kind of where we've all been, right? I know at least I see it on all my friends' feeds on any given day. They're just like, crap, man, I made all these other goals, but it wasn't what I was hitting for. Well, guess what? You made a goal. You made it to something. Whether you had to change the route or what it was, let's be flexible in the path there. But let's get to accomplishing some stuff this year. And we'll circle back probably the first Monday of each month and kind of look at where we're at. I kind of told you guys last year where some of mine were when we checked in about halfway through the year. But we really want to give you guys some help. And so if social media is something that you're looking to try to grow with your followers, we're going to start doing a week of post and kind of like what are the neat things that are coming up this week that you could utilize for your business. We look at a lot of that, right? So, January, obviously with the new year is a lot of reflecting and goal setting this first week and what weeks they are. We've got some other things that are coming up later on this week too, kind of like, a mind and body wellness and a trivia day. Today is the mind and body wellness day, International Mind, Body, and Wellness Day. But I'm going to start bringing you those things here across our platform so that you guys, it gives you kind of an idea of some things to look at and what is it going to be for what can it help, your business? Like Monday the 15th is National Hat Day. Yes, I know it's Martin Luther King Day, but it's also National Hat Day. And so when you've got clients that have a custom hat business, we want to celebrate that. And you want to make sure that you're on top of that. You've got things with like a popcorn day coming up and a gluten-free day. There's always some kind of pet day every month. And so especially our pet companies, you want to be able to embrace that and use that. So we're using these things to make you relevant to your audience, which if you've got the right audience and you haven't bought your audience, it's going to allow you to convert those things. So we want to be able to convert those. So being very specific about what your goals are, especially when you're talking to the people that you're working with. So like for us at Opus Management, being a consulting firm, we really try to dig down into what the pain points are and how we can help you fix that. And so, as we talk about that and we look into those things, getting really specific and figuring out what's coming from or where you want to be really helps in how we plan out these pieces. So I hope that you guys have had some time to think about your personal goals. Obviously, the beginning of January, if you haven't already done it, I hope you're setting up your professional goals. If your small business is looking for some help, if you've got some questions, we always offer a free consult or a free discovery meeting. So let's talk about your pain points and what you're looking at. Allow us to have a chance to see if we've got an option for you. If we don't have an option for you, we probably have partnered with someone that will have an option for you as well. So we would love to help you grow and create your business to the level grow your business to the level that you want it to, and create those things that you don't think are possible. If you want to, check us out, opusmanagement.us. You can also find us at opusmanagementdesigns.com. Either of those locations will give you access to set us up or to set up a meeting with us. They're connected to calendars, and we'll get you logged in with somebody. If not, follow us on any of the social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. Any of those will allow you access to us as well. You can shoot us a message. We're glad to help. We want to be here to help you out. I hope that you had a wonderful holiday and a great start to your new year. We will see you guys. I will see you guys here next week. Remember, noon Central Time, and drop us anything that you would like to see on those posts on Monday. So you'll see them. They're going to ask you if there's anything you want to talk about. And you're more than welcome to hit us up there. Shoot us a message if you don't want it out there, wide open. And we will see y'all back. I will see y'all back next week. All right. Happy